It is what it is. It is. Sitting across the table from a friend in the Barnes & Noble's cafe, we both came to coffee time with situations on our hearts. She relayed hers in detail, punctuated with emotions and concerns that she wanted as a solution. She was hoping to find the solution for, and I did the same. My talk title today is I Understand. Ruchi Sinha, in a TED Talk video that is titled How to Understand and Be Understood, states, "We are very good at spotting misunderstanding, aren't we? We can see it a mile away." She says, but we're not so good, and she even uses the S word, at creating understanding. She breaks down the word into its origins. The under part, possibly Sanskrit, means among and between things. Stand, German, Dutch derivative, means to be present and exist. Sinha tells us, she explains that understanding is not the process that fills a goal or an expected outcome. There's not a place to get to. There's no place to strive for. It is when participants share a space to co-create a frame to define and interpret the meaning and significance of each other's realities and truths. Have you ever done that with someone? In her words, understanding is about remaining present and experiencing each other's realities and truths. When it was my time to speak, and when I spoke, my friend was silent until I stopped. She asked questions, paraphrased, connected ideas, and created congruency with what she heard, and made eye contact with me throughout. She was curious to understand. She pictured my circumstance in her mind just as importantly as I did, and how I felt. I shared with her how I'd made this decision that would cause a significant impact in my life and my concerns about it and my dream outcome. This amazing human being across from me listened completely, without judgment, acknowledging the situation details and tuning into what I was experiencing and naming what those feelings were. She embodied what Ruchi promotes: releasing goals and anticipated outcomes, being fully present, asking questions, checking and rechecking what you hear, being curious, asking what if questions, why or why not questions, and remaining present. We were so engrossed in this conversation, so oblivious to anyone around us. Her questions expanded my thinking, and before we knew it, 2.5 hours had passed. In a snap. Have you ever had that happen? What was the context for you where that happened? Were you with someone that you felt was there for you? Were you present, or were they present with you, taking the time to know you emotionally, intellectually, spiritually? I know I felt seen. I felt heard. I felt free. Free? Nothing had changed. There was nothing about the facts that I shared and my feelings about them that had changed. But something in me did. The Aramaic Bible scholar, I'll be able to say at one point, an interpreter, Dr. Rocco Errico, in his book called "And There Was Light," defines the biblical meaning of knowing as when we are not just doing so intellectually or mentally. Knowing is experiential. It's emotional. It becomes a cellular experience. When we know someone, our humanity is connected organically. Have you ever found that? We experience one another below the surface words and postures with reflective statements and curious questions, helping to define and refine the communication more precisely. Being present and logged in is a sacred gift, a sacred time. In these moments, it is what it is. It is what it is, because I'm here to tell you what it is. We are what we are in that moment. There is no other way I can be but who I am right then. And we become so much more when we are present and connected to ourselves, to another person, and to an inner presence. I imagine this connection is similar to watching my grandson open gifts on Christmas, right? Could be your child, could be a friend. Like you're just so focused on them, and you're feeling what they're feeling, and you're watching for their eyes and their smiles, or maybe not. And you're looking to find out, and you're like feeling it right along with them. And it pulls you out of yourself to be part of their experience. And that's an amazing, wonderful moment where you get to abandon yourself and witness that other person, seeing the experience through their eyes, feeling it with their hearts, and hoping that you don't slip into the moment of judgment saying, well, my present wasn't the favorite one today. Keep it pure. Just let it be. It is what it is. And if we can accept what it is, more can be added. This friend gave me a priceless gift that day. She was the Christ consciousness for me. Asking her poignant questions, paraphrasing what she heard. She was the voice I was missing in my meditations. Perhaps because my own voice never stopped going on and on. In that whole time we spent together, nothing had changed. Nothing about the situation was different. But I was. I experienced a healing and an opening to something more than I was before. And I began to understand. So the next morning, when I sat down for my daily meditation, I sat in silence to share my presence with God. No talk, no thinking, no cajoling, no arguing, no insisting, pushing, or telling God what I wanted to have happen. Just to be still and know the I am, God in me. You see, I know unlike anyone else here, often my interactions with God are looking at my higher source when I need a bigger tool from the divine shed. I need that tool, and I'll call it when I need someone to fix my family, my friends, my situations, my health, issues that I have probably heard about but are not my own, money, world things, and so on. If it was within my power to affect the change myself, was I looking for that? Nope. Got it all down. No need to bother. I confidently would stand at the helm to manage everything. I clearly saw the things that were lacking and knew exactly what was needed. I got this. But sometimes I don't. Somewhere in my mind, I saw God as a 5-story backup diesel burning power excavator that I released from the utility shed when I needed a backhoe instead of a spade. Joel Goldsmith from The Infinite Way states, God is not power. God is not power. When you reach the center of consciousness, you find complete stillness. It is not power, since there is nothing for it to be a power to or over. It just is. It just is what it is. We seek God as a means to an end. We seek for peace, for health, for prosperity, for joy, safety, security, oneness. Qualities that we separate out of ourselves. We seek it from a different source. When we know in our heart of hearts that all of the things that we seek are components of a full experience of God present in us. All of it's there. Seeking guidance from God will set up a sense of separation from God. It gives a sense of someone needing help, direction, or wisdom. Actually, all we need to do is let God be your life. Then it lives, acts, performs, and is your very being. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth, and it was good. Still is. There was a presence, a consciousness before anything else was. This presence and substance was the essence of everything before anything else was made. And it became the essence of everything we see and experience right now, including ourselves. It is the essence of what we are this very moment, breathing life into our lungs, pumping our heart, coordinating our muscles, or healing your body if you're not feeling well. standing within this goofy, limited mind that insists it's independent and self-sufficient, this presence waits and waits to be heard and to be understood and to be what it has always been. In this little brain, it seems that there is nothing that belongs to what I call me. The part that argues I'm unique and different and separate, and actually is the part that limits my resources and potential. There is only one presence that powers me. It is the essence of something much more expansive than anything my little brain can conceive. And I am too. The job, it seems to me, is to let God be my life in every event of my day. Then it lives, acts, performs, and is my very being and yours. We start to understand by being present to each other, making regular connections with one another and our inner source, moving with what we are inspired to do from an expanded awareness. This is how we can navigate what shows up in our families, in our neighborhoods, and in our communities, and in our nation. It is how we can begin to make a difference today. Today. No need for outside approval. Everyone needs this now. We can begin to understand it is what it is, just as it is. We are what we are, just as we are. God is what God is, just as God is supposed to be. When we look at what is showing up in our lives and affirm our only job is to be present to it all, not to discount it, not to avoid it, not to judge it, but allow it to impact us and welcome the presence in God, of God in us, to expand how we process it and respond to it. This way, we can thrive through it. Paul Hasselbeck, from his book Powered Up, The 12 Powers Revisited as Accelerated Abilities, provides this affirmation of understanding. I claim understanding now. I spiritually know and comprehend that I am Christ. And in conclusion, remaining present and open to my inner presence allows me to connect to healings and understandings I've never experienced before. If, like my friend, I can be a presence of understanding for someone else as what she did for me, I affirm that the person I am with will experience a power of something greater too, just as you will. When it is what it is, we are blessed to be who we are. Let it be so. Namaste. Let's settle in for quiet meditation. Take a deep breath, find a place that's comfortable in whatever way you need to shift or move. And go within. Feel your body in this space and place and know that it is just what it is. You are what you are, and it is right and perfect for you to be that. Think. In a moment, just take a moment to thank every part of your being for being here with you and moving you and growing you and showing you how to be in this moment. Whether it's through your feelings or your thoughts or whatever might want to clutter up your brain at the moment, just thank it. Thank your arms and your legs and your toes and your nose and your head and every single hair or not as many hairs on your head. Thank every piece of particles, of every particle that it makes you, you. And as you acknowledge this outer piece of you, now go into the inner world of you. Allow it to hold you. Allow yourself to feel it know you. To glow as you. And to grow you right here, right now. Let yourself be immersed in the silence. To be present to that divine consciousness that is you. You are divine consciousness. You are one with this presence and power. You are beyond pronouns because all are one. You are divine life expressing, holding, growing, knowing that there is nothing you need to do more of, but to be. Feel yourself deep. Breathe in as deep as you feel. Send the energy to every direction you can imagine. Because just being present is the biggest gift that you can be for yourself, for the divine within you, and for the divine all around you. And as you are ready, breathe in deep and return to this space and place. Allow yourself to look around and appreciate everything here and everything everywhere.